Welcome to CBTV.
Heaven on earth. For some of us, our highest dream is to go to a heaven, or if we are Buddhist, to a pure land after we die. We believe this life is somehow insufficient and unsatisfactory, and that we can touch only the deepest, most fulfilling level of existence after we die. We feel we need to shed this body in order to truly touch the intimate. We have a sense that there must be a better place, a happier, more perfect place somewhere else later on. But if we wait until we die to expect happiness, it's maybe too late. We can touch all the wonders of life and the intimate itself with our human body right here and now. Your body is also a wonder. It is another kind of flowers in the garden of humanity, and you should treat your body with the utmost respect because it belongs to the kingdom of God. You can touch the kingdom of God with your body. One mindful in breath is enough for us to suddenly notice the bright blue sky, the cool fresh air, the sound of the wind in the pine trees, or the music of the running brook. We don't need to die to go to heaven. We already are in the kingdom of God. Be beautiful, be yourself. We may be able to see the wonders around us and yet still doubt that we ourselves are wonders too. We feel inadequate. You are yearning for something else, something more. We are like a saucepan wandering around looking for a lead. We lack confidence in ourselves and in our capacity to be blissful, compassionate, and awakened. We feel overwhelmed by our difficulties, and so we continue to go about your daily life feeling that we lack something. We've got to ask ourselves, what am I lacking? What am I looking for? To practice aimlessness is to identify that it is you are looking for, waiting for, or running after and let it go. By removing these objects of seeking that are pulling you away from the here and now, you will discover that everything you want is already right here in the present moment. You don't need to be someone or do something in order to be happy and free. If you ask a flower blooming on the mountainside or a tree standing majestically in the forest, what are you looking for? How would they reply? If you have some mindfulness and concentration, you will hear the answers in your heart. Each one of us has to be our true self, fresh, solid, at ease, loving, and compassionate. When we are our true selves, not only do we benefit, but everyone around us profits from our presence. You are enough. The renowned 9th century Chinese Zen master Lin Chi taught that humans and Buddhas are not two and declared there is no difference between you and the Buddha. He was saying that you are already enough. We don't need to do anything special to be a Buddha and cultivate your Buddha body. We just need to live a simple, authentic life. Our true person, our true self, doesn't need a particular job or position. Our true self doesn't need money, fame, or status. Our true self doesn't need to do anything. We just live our life deeply in the present moment. When we eat, we just eat. When we wash the dishes, we just wash the dishes. When we use the bathroom, we just enjoy using the bathroom. When we walk, we just walk. When we sit, we just sit. Doing all these things is a wonder, and the art of living is to do them in freedom. Freedom is a practice and a habit. We have to train ourselves to walk as a free person, sit as a free person, and eat as a free person. We need to train ourselves how to live. The Buddha also ate, walked, and went to the toilet, but he did so in freedom, not rushing from one thing to the next. Can we live like that? Can we use our time just to live true to ourselves? If we are still seeking or pursuing something else, something more, we are not yet aimless. We are not yet free, and we are not yet our true self. Our true self is already there within us, and as soon as we can see it, we become a free person. We have been free from beginningless time. We just need to be able to recognize it. I once had a chance to visit the Buddhist Ajanta caves in the state of Maharashtra in India. They are entirely carved out of the mountain rock. They are living quarters with holes dug out for monks to put their bowls and Sanghati robes in. The day I visited it was very hot and I lay down to enjoy the pleasant coolness and freshness of the cave. Nothing was brought from the outside to make the case. The temple was simply dug out of the rock. The more rock they removed, the larger the caves become. Touching our true self, our true nature is like that. All the things we think we've got to find on the outside is already there inside us. Loving kindness, understanding, and compassion are there within us. We need only to clear some of the rock obstructing the way in order to reveal them. There's no essence of holiness we need to seek outside, and there's no essence of the ordinary we have to destroy. We already are what we want to become. Even in our most difficult moments, everything that is good, true, and beautiful is already there, within us and around us. We just have to live in such a way that allows us to be revealed. Being businessless. Master Lin Chi exhorted his students to be businessless. It means not to be getting busy all the time, to be free from business. If we can be businessless, we can touch the spirit of aimlessness in our daily life, not being carried away by our designs, plans, and projects. We don't do things to get praise or status. We don't try to play a role. Wherever we are, we can be sovereign of ourselves. We are no longer swept away by our environment. We are no longer pushed or swayed by the crowd. Whatever we are doing, we can do it with ease and freedom. For masculinity, the ideal life is not to be an enlightened arhat or bodhisattva, devoting to serving all beings, but to be a businessless person. A person who is businessless has realized the insights of emptiness, silentness, and aimlessness. They are not caught in the idea of a self. They have no need for desires of fame and status, and they dwell freely and happily in the present moment. To be businessless is to live our daily life in touch with the intimate dimension. In the intimate dimension, there is nothing to do. We already are what we want to become. We are relaxed. We are at peace. There is no need to run anymore. We are happy and free from worry and anxiety. This is the way of being that is most needed in the world. It is very pleasant to dwell in the intimate dimension, and we should all learn how to do it. But you may ask, if we are happy in the present moments with nowhere to go and nothing to do, then who will help living beings become liberated? Who will rescue those who are drowning in the ocean of suffering? The being aimless make us indifferent to the suffering in the world. If our priority is to be free and happy, doesn't that paralyze us and lead us to avoid all the challenges and difficulties of trying to help others? The Buddha was no longer looking or yearning for anything, no longer striving, and yet he was someone who never ceased to help liberate all beings. Throughout the 45 years of his ministry, he continued to help liberate others from their suffering, even to the last moments of his life. Being aimless doesn't mean we are without compassion and loving kindness. As soon as we have compassion, loving kindness, and understanding, we naturally have a strong motivation to act and to help. What essential is to bring a different quality of being to the situation of suffering in the world. If we are suffering just like everyone else, how can we help them suffer less? If doctors have the same sickness as their patients, how can they help them heal? Our energy of peace, joy, compassion, and freedom is essential. We have to nourish and protect our way of being. Whatever we do needs to have a spiritual dimension. When our work and life has a spiritual dimension, we're able to sustain ourselves, take care of ourselves, and avoid burning out. In the 1960s, I wrote the book The Miracle of Mindfulness as a manual for the thousands of young social workers who were being trained in our school of youth for social service in Vietnam. The intention was to help them practice so that they could stay healthy, focused, and compassionate, so they could nourish their aspiration and have enough joy and peace to continue their work of service. It is possible to work, serve, and engage as a free person without getting lost in our work. We don't miss out on the present moment striving or struggling to achieve a future goal. We live deeply each moment of our work. This is the meaning of aimlessness. The peace, freedom, compassion, and loving kindness we radiate already helps those around us to suffer less. We are not passive. To be passive means to be pulled, pushed, and swayed by circumstances or the people around us. But our freedom and sovereignty means that we don't become a victim of circumstances. With compassion and insight, we ask ourselves, in this situation, what can I do to stop things getting worse? How can I help the situation improve? When we know that we are doing our best on the path of relieving suffering, it is possible to be at best every step along the way.